Folks, welcome back to Garage Story here. So we've done quite a bit of work here already. We've gotten the chimney removed. We still have a lot of work left to do. I think next up is we need to tear out this slab. If you haven't seen the previous video, feel free to check it out. I had a lot of leaking and water damage from my old chimney here, and this project is trying to fix all that damage for removing the chimney because we don't need a chimney really. We need to get this all repaired, and it looks like the next step is going to be removing this slab down here. So as you may have seen in the previous video, this slab basically curls around right here. Well, it comes straight across here and then it goes straight in. I'm not taking this board off right yet because trying to keep some of the inside the house and some of the outside of the house still. But this slab goes around there about the depth of the wall and then goes all the way across and then does the same thing over here. It's essentially setting on top of my slab for that 4-inch strip that goes across there. Anyway, I want that out of there so that I can just frame straight across here with the replacement framing. That means we've got some digging to do. So I did a little bit of a test feeler with a pry bar, and I was able to slide it down about a foot before I hit something, which I'm guessing maybe spill out concrete at the bottom of the form. So we've got about 12 inches down there. I could try to use the backhoe to pop this thing out, but we do also have electrical lines right here. This is the well electric. It comes in and goes somewhere out there. Anyway, I don't think the backhoe could pop this out the way it is right now. So my plan is to go ahead and take a shovel and start trying to dig out and see if I can find the bottom of this slab. I think the backhoe can probably muscle this out in one piece without having to break it, but I think we need to try to dig it out and free it up. And with the electric right there and being so close to the house, I don't know that I'd really want to do that with the backhoe. Let's get to it. Dig, dig, dig. Well, we got this dug out pretty easily. Thankfully, it's pretty soft soil. I was able to use the flat nose shovel. It looks like this slab is poured on top of bricks. So I'm no expert at concrete construction, but pouring slabs on top of bricks is something that's kind of new to me. I don't know, I'm hopeful I can pop this thing out of here. Yeah, I have no clue if this is solid concrete or not. If it is solid concrete, probably not gonna be able to move it with the backhoe. If it's hollow, maybe. Unfortunately, that electrical box at the other side means I can't just try to pry it out this way. I hate to really try to push it into the house to get under it, so it kind of leaves this corner right here as the most feasible corner to get under. What I could do is dig this out more, then try to get my bucket underneath this corner here and then try to curl it and pop it. I think this gap here is a pretty good indication that this slab is separate from the house slab. It is possible though that there may be some rebar or something that they like epoxied down into the existing slab and then tied it into this one here. Hopefully not. Yeah, I think I need to dig out some more and then clean up a whole bunch so I can bring the backhoe in here. All right, I'm gonna try to be careful because I really don't want to tear up my sod here, but it is what it is. We'll see how it goes. It's pretty tight there because the bucket's only about this tall. Not much space to the edge of the house. Did it even wiggle? I feel like I saw the slab wiggle, at least at first, but this thing can't really touch it. metaphorically speaking. Not really sure what else to do. I don't have a concrete saw. I think we got more digging to do. How am I gonna get this thing out? All right, so it's another day and I picked up some tools to hopefully help get this concrete out. I picked up these tools yesterday from Harbor Freight. What is this? A 10-pound sledgehammer, a chisel, and a what do they call that? A pinch point bar. That's 18 pounds. That thing is pretty solid. I'm borrowing this from a friend. This is a spline rotary hammer. I just picked that up yesterday as well. I tried to get some bits from Harbor Freight before they closed that would fit it. I don't think any of them are going to fit, so we are just going to be using the chisel tip and seeing what that does, the pointed chisel tip. I wanted to drill holes across the slab, and I may still end up doing that, but obviously I don't really have the tools for that right here. So we wanted to drill holes to basically break this into 3 chunks, so 2 lines of holes, and then just try to crack it along those lines. So hopefully then the backhoe could muscle it out. Let's see what we can get done. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Wow, let's try close to the edge and see if we can split out some. There we go. Yep, it actually cuts right in there pretty decently. I'm impressed. I was expecting to feel bigger vibrations, bigger slammings up and down. All right, now let's try this bar on here. It's gonna take a minute. I'm thinking it probably is solid all the way through. I'm not sure how far we're gonna get with the tools we got. All right, I'm gonna man up and try the 10-pound sledgehammer, kind of just for fun to see what happens. I don't expect a lot. Why on earth do people use sledgehammers? That works. We've got a nice chunk out of there now, but there's just so much further to go across there. It's like we've really just hardly begun, even though it's nice to visually see some concrete disappearing. I think I'm going at it with the wrong tools. I think time may be better spent doing something else and then coming back with the correct tools. So we'll see. I may go just a little bit farther and may call it quits for today. All right, so let me show you what I picked up here. I think this may be the solution for our issues with drilling through the concrete. So I wanted to buy a bit for the SDS that we were borrowing. I had trouble finding one locally. I looked at Harbor Freight, Home Depot, and Harbor Freight had an SDS drill there that I thought was a good price at like $95. They had like, the cheapest ones were like $90 and $95. The $95 one I thought was an SDS Max. I went back later in the day to buy it, found out that it was an SDS Plus. I really wanted a Max. And when I got into the store, I checked through their clearance, or whatever you call it, the bargain corner in the back. And I found an SDS Max that was a Hercules, not the Bauer. It was $160, which was way more than, really I was wanting to spend. However, when I found out that the one I wanted to buy was an SDS Plus, I decided ultimately to go ahead and buy the SDS Max for $160. So this unit is normally $230, so it's about $90 off if my math is right. My math isn't right. That would be $70. Has a 5-day warranty. I picked it up yesterday, so I need to go ahead and try it out. When I went to Home Depot looking for a bit for the DeWalt. I was talking to their rental counter and they were selling some stuff, and I almost got a 27-pound demolition hammer. I almost got it for $100. It was listed in their system as for sale. The guy found one, but later they figured out that it was actually the one that they still had for rent, not the one for sale, so they didn't sell it to me. That's a bummer. Kind of, sort of. I would have hated for them to do that and then realize it was the wrong one, but they're valued at like $800, so that would have been a steal to get a 27-pound demolition hammer for that price. So there she is in all her glory. So this is an SDS Max, and it actually comes with a couple of tips. One's more of a bullnose tip, and I spent $35 on this really long, about the smallest one I could get in this length, but I really wanted to be sure I had something long enough to go down through the slab here. Can't wait to try this thing out and compare it to the other one, to the DeWalt. So this was basically made before they standardized somewhat the bit styles. It's basically an SDS Max before the SDS Max became popular here in the US. I think the Max came from Europe. This chisel did pretty half decent. I can't wait to see what this drill bit does. This is drilling right in there. It's interesting that the dust is changing colors. I don't know if I'm working my way through and that's sand now or what. Nice, we made it. Let's drill another hole right next to it. You know what I could do is I could use the other one with the straight pointed chisel to start the holes. We're getting some drilling action. Yeah, it was definitely a little work for the drill that last hole. It was slowing it down. See if we can get another hole right here. I'm gonna turn down the speed a little bit from 6 down to 4 maybe. It's really exciting. We're making some headway. The thing is an animal. I just don't want to destroy the bit. I'm pretty happy with that so far. I'm considering putting some holes in from the side possibly to help break that footing up. All right, a new day to get back at it. It is Monday afternoon, December 30th. I took off the afternoon so I could put the drill to the test a little bit more. Hopefully we can get this out today. We've got these holes in here. 1, 2, I think 3, 4, 5, 6 holes. Might want to do one more here if I can get the drill to stay, and I may come in from the side as well. And of course try to go across the top there. Let's hop to it. I got everything out here. Sledgehammers, drills, chisels, cameras. Let's go for it. I'm gonna let the drill bit cool down a little bit, and we're gonna start trying to chisel here. It only hammers going down, doesn't hammer coming back out. That's awkward. All right, so I realized a little more seriously that I probably should be wearing a mask. I don't have the right kind out here. It is well ventilated, definitely that, but you're supposed to wear an NIOSH mask. So I just grabbed this mask for right now. I got my drill bit stuck, and it's my fault, I think, because I drilled at an angle. I was trying to get my drill holes closer together, so I was actually starting in one and trying to drill sideways and then kind of bend it over. It doesn't work too good because it's mostly the tip on this thing that actually cuts the concrete. You can't like when you work it over sideways, it doesn't work as well as a regular bit. But anyway, I tried to be real careful. I got the hole a lot closer to straight up and down, and somewhere in there it bound up. My fault for not just drilling another straight down hole. It's hard to get them real close together because the drill bits, it starts wandering a little bit. I don't know, maybe you can center punch the concrete. That's why I was doing that, but the result is I got our drill bit stuck. The chisel, when it gets stuck, I just take the sledgehammer and knock it over sideways. But the drill bit, I don't think I can do that. Probably just keep trying to work around it. That's actually pretty much all I can do, is just try to work around it. Folks, I think we just got it. I was able to chisel away some concrete on the underside, chisel all through here, and I was using my pinch point bar, and I got down in there, and I was pulling, nothing was happening. I thought it was just gonna pop off a little bit there, and then I heard like a croak, kind of hard to describe. I think we separated it. This has been so much work. I've only been working at it for like over 2 hours today, and I've already worked on it several other days. This is big if we get this off. Yes, that's really nice to have back. This is really good. I'm happy. Oh man, I paused and I was looking at jackhammers again on Marketplace. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, what am I doing, wasting all my time out here? Is this just the wrong tool? Again, kind of having deja vu of the trench digging job. Praise the Lord. I think this thing is free. Let's get this thing out of here. I think now I need to get the front loader bucket under there and try to pop it. Okay, I need to take the board off the house, but we're getting that out of there now. I need to take the tarpon board down. I think I'm starting to damage that framing a little bit, which will probably be replaced anyway, but I don't want to damage the house too much. Backhoe's got a lot of power, and now there's actually something to try to dig into. We got that board off, and sure enough, these slabs are not connected. You can see how this broke across there. So now I know about how far down I would want to drill if I did drill there. And I was pulling this over into that stud there, which is pretty rotted, but probably not the greatest idea to do. So I really need to pull this thing straight out. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it here, but there is actually like a pier under there. That concrete thing right there. I'm gonna basically try to get the backhoe bucket kind of under here a little bit, if I can. Not really sure if I can. I'd love to get a tooth of the backhoe right in here and try to pry it out this way. Just don't want to damage anything too much there. Hooray, we got it! Yes! Oh my goodness. This thing is huge! My goodness. Wow, that rebar went way down. There's 2 piers on it. No wonder. That is a solid 13, 14 inches there. I'd say this is 13 right there. Plus, gosh, how long are these? About 15 inches. Well, we'll see if we can get out the rest of it. I mean, we're gonna get out the rest of it, but we'll see how hard it is. I wonder if I could chisel off this back section here, you know, because it's a lot thinner, and then get the backhoe in here and pull the whole rest of this out. It's probably still too heavy for that, but I don't know, I can dream, I guess. All right, we got another 9 holes drilled here. We have 9 holes here. That's the beginning of the second line. And I'd say we're about a third of the way through, maybe. That's pretty good, but it's time to call it a night. So we'll be back here another day. All right, everyone, it is a beautiful New Year's Day here, about 43 degrees and sunny. So I actually went ahead and drilled a few more holes out here yesterday that I did not film. It was just drilling holes, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's about 18 holes there. I think we need about another maybe 7 holes across the front of the slab there. Maybe I'll even try to drill some in from the side. We'll see. And then I think it's time to start chiseling away. So we'll see how far we go. I had a nice morning watching the parade with the family. So it's afternoon time. Let's see if we can get some of this knocked out in the next couple hours. I like to start nice and slow so it doesn't wander too much, and then I speed it up. I made a curved line here, so it makes it harder to follow. We'll see what we can do here. Okay, I think I'm only gonna do the 1 hole on the side there because it would be really hard to hold the drill supported for doing a 20-inch hole like that without binding up the bit or anything. And you could feel when that hole connected with some of the other holes, but as you can tell here, these are not in a straight line. We'll just leave it at that 1 hole. I basically just slid along the dirt, which also means I may have gotten dirt inside my drill, which probably isn't real good. I may try to brush that out real quick, but it was a good workout. I think I'm ready to start trying the jackhammer now, or the chisel tip. This seems to be the name of the game, basically drilling in until, well, not drilling, but chiseling in until the bit gets stuck, popping the SDS Max off, and then hammering the chisel. But it's working, so that's good. All right, I think we're in a good spot now. I think we've done about as much as we can do before I remove the plywood, which I might, but I don't want to get too much dust and stuff in the house. I left this little top corner of the slab right here, and it's got a crack in it now, so that's a good sign. I think it's about time to try the pinch point bar and see if we can get this thing apart. Oh yeah, that whole slab is moving. I don't know if you can see it. I just need to get it out of here. So I think now I need to dig up around it a little bit more. I may pull off the plywood so I can verify the crack is through there, but I'm really gonna need to use the backhoe. And I have a kid asleep just a little ways over. Well, hopefully the kid's asleep. So I may not want to fire up the backhoe right outside the window. But at the very least, we should be able to shovel out some of this dirt down here. Got the dirt dug out from around here. You can see those bricks. The bricks are that shelf right there. That's got a good notch in it. Just tried to dig out on this side as well. Hopefully this slab will come out now. Looks like we have a crack all the way through here. It's a new day back out here again, and I think we can get those concrete chunks out of here now. I hope so. We've got some time that we can run the backhoe without waking up kids inside, so that's a plus. Really like to get this in a good spot today. Probably pull those concrete chunks out and Maybe we'll patch up the side of the house a little bit better with some insulation temporarily or something in there, because next week it's going to be getting down into the teens. It's going to be pretty cold. I'm probably not going to be wanting to work on it. That's the plan. Let's get that piece out of here first, and that'll give us a little more room to work on the rest of this. That was an accident, but I really don't want that to fall back into the house. That thing is so heavy. We've got a nice crack here. It's free. That has come in very handy. We didn't hurt the house. The backhoe seems to be working okay. It was a little bit of a struggle, especially getting that one moved around a little bit, helping out of the hole, but we got it. The backhoe might be low on hydraulic fluid, so I should probably check that. But we got the next one out. This thing is huge. My goodness. And I don't know what they put in here, because I don't know if this is all regular concrete. It's like maybe 4 inches on top of good on top of 10 inches of bad stuff. If I had a thumb on the backhoe, that'd be really nice. I'm a little afraid that these chunks are too heavy for me to move with my front end loader though. So we'll see how that goes. I may have to kind of roll them around with the backhoe loader combination. By golly, I didn't want to be drilling those in half again. Can we get this chunk out from there? I don't know if the reach is quite enough. I think I'm gonna check my hydraulic fluid first. The backhoe sounds like it's complaining a little bit. And well, I don't really want to wear it out prematurely. It's kind of a pain to get to this one under the seat. It's not going to be super accurate with the way I have it. You're supposed to have all the cylinders retracted. I have a feeling it's not really on the dipstick. Yeah, that's not good. It's time to fill it up. Unfortunately, this location here is really hard to pour into. And we usually make a mess, which is why there's all the dirt stuck over everything. It's just really hard to pour into. I wish they'd made a way to like move the seat out of the way of that. That would be really nice. All right, now, since my bottle's lower, it makes it easier. Maybe I should keep around an empty bottle to help out. We are well on the dipstick and right at full. I feel a lot better about that. Let's see if we can get this slab out of here. I don't want to destroy my box here, but if I can get the slab to roll this way, that'll help me get a hold of it. But if I push down here, maybe I can get the slab to rock up. But then again, maybe I need to dig out from under it first. I'm gonna try the easy solution first. Well, that didn't do much of anything. We're gonna need to dig. All right, I got an idea. I wanna see if I can knock the slab over that way a little bit with the sledge, because there's a little bit of a gap over here by the conduit that I think I can get the sledge in. Let's try it out. That didn't do a whole lot. I think that was a no-go. It was worth a shot though. All right, let's fire up the backhoe, see if we can move it a little closer and see if we can get it out this time. If I didn't have this conduit here, this would be easy. So that's anchored down to the concrete. We're getting in just a bit. I want to go see if I can drop a wedge in there. That one's not going in yet. Let's try the spar again now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wait a second. It's becoming clear now. This junction box is actually anchored to this slab. Makes sense. They ran screws out the back of it, not out of the bottom, which means I'm gonna have to take that off. And if I had taken it off earlier, it would have made this job a little faster and easier. Getting plenty of space there, but this is going with that. Means I'm gonna have to turn off power to my well for a little bit. Didn't really want to have to do that, but it is what it is. All the water. I don't think that's supposed to be like that. I guess this is one of those new liquid cooled junction boxes. I just didn't realize it. It should say so on the cover. Okay, so I confirmed that this does indeed work, so I should be safe in there. And now I just need to take off these two screws at the back. It's kind of tight there. Oh shucks. I should have known better. These are in concrete. Of course, just shear off the... That's a Tapcon. My goodness. Not sure what I expected. Those concrete fasteners aren't really made to come back out. Well, this one came out all in one piece. All right. All right, that's done. I'll probably put some Tyvek tape back on those holes on the back side when I get the concrete out of the way. Now we should be able to get that slab out of here. I have a kid taking a nap, so it is what it is. We'll try to wait a little bit on using the backhoe. The kid fell asleep faster than I expected. So. Hey. I did not instruct you to fall out of there. Clean that up a little bit, and nap time has been long enough, so that means if waking up occurs, we should be okay. So I'll go ahead and fire off the backhoe and get this thing out of here. We got it! Woohoo! That was a pain to get it worked out enough that I could get the backhoe teeth in there and really get it. The conduit has some marking, but I don't think I broke it. All right, we need to get those concrete chunks out of the hole so now we can work on the house. So I'm gonna flip the backhoe around and try to pull them up out of the hole. This is a touchy business because I don't want them to roll back into the house. That would be bad. We did it, yes! That was a bucket load of work, but we got it out of there. So happy about that. And without that backhoe, it would have been even harder. All right, so I've got some options as far as how I insulate this. I'm trying to see if I have enough fiberglass insulation, so that I have some in the bag here as well to cover up the backside of the, I don't know what you call this, the backside of the decorative woodwork. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do, but I really want to get it done quickly because it's starting to get cold and dark and the front's coming in overnight, so. I'm liking the way this turned out here. I think with the tarp down, we should be good to go for the cold weather. Well, as always, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in and watching me here at Garage Story. In this episode, I think we've accomplished all we're going to, which is basically getting these ginormous concrete chunks out of here. We drilled, cracked, hammered, and pulled them out with the backhoe. Worked out really well. The new drill did a great job. The drill bit seemed to hold up pretty well as well. The backhoe was a back saver. I should have worn my safety glasses more probably, but thankfully nothing happened. Also probably should have worn a respirator, but hopefully nothing happened there either. There wasn't a ton of concrete drilling, but I know that stuff can be really bad for you. Anyway, I think this chimney project is gonna be at least a 3-parter. I was hoping it would be a 2-parter, but here we are. It's not done, but we're moving forward. Progress is steady, but slow, but it's progress. As always, don't be afraid to get out there and break a wrench, or in this case, maybe a hammer. Keep making stories, stay safe. We'll catch you on the next one.